Hi everybody, it is Friday, May 6th, and you haven't done a video for a while. Just so you know, I don't do videos regularly, as you noticed. It's because, uh, I guess I just want to be able to say something that's, pertinent or valuable, or if I'm inspired to. I'm still getting downloads. I got one last week, and actually, no, earlier this week. Again, I'm gonna probably put all those. I got a stack of papers. I'll probably put it in book form, and if you guys, I'll make a book out of it eventually, and if it inspires anybody or makes sense to somebody, that's great. Because a lot of it is just it's kind of almost uh, crazy concepts of reality. Um, because actually, I guess that's one thing I could probably talk about today, is uh, I think everybody that not only follows this channel or other people's kind of spiritual awakening things, is we realize that we're a spirit, which is pure energy, and we're inhabiting physical bodies. Well, Earth in particular is just, and to be honest, and the universe itself, all these physical, we call things that are physical. These are all, in a sense, classrooms. This is just a classroom for spirits, um, for us to learn stuff. It's really about that. It's um, a way of our spirits growing. Um, so, but these physicalities, these physical worlds, um, they kind of cut us off from our true reality, our higher self, and when we come into these physical realms, this is all, what's inside this head here is just a biological computer, sort of. It's a biological. It's got little electrical connections and things like that too, but it can only store so much, and also function so much, and it can be hacked too, and it can be manipulated. But it's just, in a sense, it's a processor. So for us, when we come into these realms, it's almost like we get our computers wiped free of memory. There's kind of hints of it, and also when you are attached to your higher self, that's where you can download the main information, sort of. So that was, you can tap into the greater, bigger computers. I'm using these as examples to make sense of this, but that's kind of what's going on. So uh, we have amnesia when we come in here, and also our controllers know how to blank slate our memories as well too. And normally we don't have controllers. That's the problem. This, it is kind of a holodeck in some ways of a physical reality, but normally we run it ourselves with our connected consciousness, and we set the parameters, and we even kind of make up our own lessons so we can overcome things like that. But it was hacked, and that's why a lot of us didn't sign up for this when we came down here. And um, it's being run by the negative entities. And I know I've kind of simplified in the past. I'll kind of touch on that again because I want to go on to something else. But is we purposely set up scenarios, sort of, uh, for people to play uh, the bad guys, or for us to accomplish that. Because if everything went right, we wouldn't learn anything. So we all learn by our mistakes. So we have to make mistakes in order to learn. Because if everything went right all the time, there's nothing to learn. So it's like we purposely put obstacles for us to overcome. That's normal when we play these classrooms. But this one is infested with these negative entities that there's just way out of hand. And it's a long story, which I'll be it'll be in my book, because there is a very logical sort of explanation for what they're doing and why they're doing it. But it's obviously not for our benefits. They're just becoming maniacal and out of control. Anyway, so uh, we all inhabit these bodies. Well, me in particular, and I know I've talked about it before in the past, that I'm a walk-in. I came in, and there's a lot of you people out there that are really, really old souls. So I mean, I don't know your personal information. I could tap into it, I guess. And in the future, we'll definitely know more about each other in that way, our past lives, that type of thing. Um, but yeah, I'm a very old soul, and I've I chose to come here because I've played. I keep saying play, but I've been through these classes before. Believe me, I have memories of it, and I know each time you come in to these physical realities, there's lots to learn, and it's always a little different each time because it's never exactly the same. And you might try something different that you've never tried before every time you come in. Um, but in a sense, these are training module. I call them modules, but these are training worlds for us as spiritual beings to become knowledgeable and experienced enough to run our own worlds, sort of. That's kind of what we're doing. We're learning how to make these and create our own versions of them, sort of. That's what you do, and it is very much like classes we have on Earth here. Like we have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. We're sort of like, this is like a grade 3 class. Uh, it's we call it third density too. But what I'm saying is, the higher you go, these classrooms can go up to, and it depends on what dimension, things like that. It's kind of complicated, but I think this one in particular goes up to, I think, at least 15 classes, 15 classrooms, and they're all different densities. Is the best way for me to simplify it. So, um, so I came in as more of a tutor, and that's why it's like when you're a grade 9 student and you come down to the grade 3 class to give some advice because you went through that class, and you want to kind of help people out and get through it. It's not as if you're above anybody. It's just that you took this class before. That's simple as that. It's like just there's younger souls that are still just learning things, and because we're all the same, we're all connected. It's just like a version of me, a younger version of me. So a new spirit is, in a sense, our new child, or our new part of us, and we want to help them out. Anyway, I'm trying to simplify it, but also get the message across here. But and I know I've come here to help break free, break out of this, and also this isn't the first time we've tried this. We've tried and failed, and I think I keep getting, like I said, it is a very small brain. It can't hold the knowledge of the universe. So that's why my guides in particular, and probably yours too, can only give you like little bits of information, just so much, because otherwise your mind will be blown. It's just too much information. So we get a little bits of it, and there's a lot of us out there that have just a little piece of the puzzle. So if you listen to a lot of us out there trying to tell the truth of what's really going on here, then it makes more sense. It's not one person that has all the information. It's just too much. But we all can kind of hopefully point it in the right direction and give some sort of guidance. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing. So anyway, I came in here as more of a tutor but I'm also an observer, in a sense, like the dean of this school is is getting information from us of what the situation is, and we're cleaning this problem out. It is like an infection. The dark entities are like a kind of like an infection, and then we have to get rid of it all. And that's kind of why we've been playing out their agenda. It's to expose them, to find out where they are. And I got to admit, I keep getting this message over and over again. This is a lot bigger problem than when we first thought. It runs deeper. It's really, really complicated. There's people that are working both sides. They don't even know it sometimes. There's infiltrators. Because if I could simplify what's going on is all of us young students, I call the young students because if you're in this third level, sort of, we call it 3D, which is like a third density, you're probably a young soul and you're learning things. But that's not necessarily true. You could be a really old soul and you just came here to learn something new and different. Even me, I'm learning a lot coming back here. Again, sort of some of the old lessons I remember, like, yeah, okay, I don't have to do that again, but sometimes I'm forced to. But so I'm gathering intel for them to try to combat this because this is just so infected. It's so corrupt. That's why for a lot of the younger souls that are in here, they're so heartbroken and and so confused because they did not sign up for this. This is way too much. But at the same time, our guides are standing back going, wow, what an opportunity for us to learn some crazy good lessons. Because when we get out of this, we're gonna be so knowledgeable. This is this classroom, when we get out of this, which we are, we're going to be known throughout this universe in particular, little other multiverses, of the people that graduated from one of the hardest modules ever. And it's because it got hacked. This is way out of control. So anyway, I'm doing the best I can. I'm selling boots on the ground. I'm kind of like their eyes and ears, and they're getting intel from me, as well as, me being grounded here. That's kind of what light workers do and starseeds do. Is we're grounded for them to work through us energetically, as well as break this negative spell, sort of almost, that we have on controlling us. So again, I keep getting we've got this beat to a certain extent. It's kind of almost finished, but we're finding out and we're doing the final cleanup of all the stuff that, because we failed a couple of times before, that was the problem. We realized, okay, we didn't do a thorough cleanup, and we had to come back and do it again, sort of. So this time it's very thorough, and that's why it seems like this story is dragging on, because it is. This is supposed to be cleaned up at least a year ago. It's supposed to be finished and wrapped up. And another thing, and I don't want to make this video complicated, is another thing that we're doing at the same time is, and it's connected to the fact that we're delayed, is these classrooms usually are wrapped up and then it's ready for new souls to come down and have new experiences. Well, what this Earth or Gaia or Terra, you can call it whatever you want, this entity that we're on is a living being as well. It wants to graduate too. So in other words, it wants to go to the fifth density. So from third, we're gonna just zip through grade 4 is what it boils down to, because there's nothing to really learn too much, especially because we've been through so much. So we're all going to graduate up to grade 5 is kind of the simplest way, which is fifth density. So what we've decided to do, not we, but yeah, as a collective, is we're all going to graduate together along with the earth. So all of us souls, spirits onto this soul of earth are going to elevate up to the fifth density. So that's kind of the ride that we're going on as well. So we're all, it's in a sense what it is it's vibrating at a higher speed, at a higher density. And I keep using it as a perfect example of that, as we're changing from an AM frequency and we're all turning up to FM. So and the good part about being in 5D is it's free of a lot of negative entities. Like, it's not, I don't think it's completely free, but I think it's like almost like 90% free of, well, definitely a whole bunch of really basic lower entities, lower negative entities. So we're all being lifted energetically to a higher density. That's kind of a simple way of putting it. But so, yeah, if I could just wrap this video up, I'm just going to say that we're definitely on a positive timeline that can't be changed anymore. It's going to end positively. So what we're really doing is we're cleaning it up so this we never have to do this again. And we're also learning too, because we're learning to not let this happen again too. That, to be honest, that's one of the main things that's going to go on the Akashic records of what not to do. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, I'm going to try to do videos whenever I get inspired. But I mean, yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a bit of an update here, and hopefully you'll get something out of this, and hopefully it makes things a little more clear what's going on. I know it's a lot to take in, but anyway, so that's my little information for now, and stay positive. I keep saying that, and like I said, that's what's doing it. Because, going back earlier to my video, is normally we run these realms with our consciousness. So the more positive everybody is, the more positive our lives are. So that's where the connection is. We run it. We used to be the ones that were in control. We got hacked because we have these just physical brains that can be hacked, and they kept our vibration lower and lower and lower, so we're more hackable, that type of thing. So by staying positive, you're getting out of their control. And as we all know, they use fear as their control mechanism. So have no fear, be positive, and yeah, we're almost done. You'll see. Okay, that's my short message today. Talk to you later. Bye.